Hello, my name is Twana Hamill, and I'm actually here today to give you a bit of insight on a personal experience of mine that has allowed me to come up with an idea to create a course for Native American students. As you can see on my title slide, it says Writing Our Way to a Better Future. And the way I came about this idea is during my undergrad. My major at the time was English with a writing emphasis and a minor in communications. And so, of course, as you can expect, I took a lot of writing courses, and a lot of them we would write about ourselves, and we would write about different prompts, and we would read a lot of different literature from different authors, and they would have different backgrounds and all sorts of things. One thing that I noticed that now I find a little peculiar, considering the area that we're in, is that I never read any really Native American literature until I was in college. So when I was young, there were books that were sent to me by my aunt and my grandma that were Choctaw books, but I never did get to read different stories from different Native Americans. So I was really glad that I was able to do that in college, because what I noticed is that I was able to relate to a lot of the literature because it involved things and themes and subjects and topics and issues that are present then and are still present now for our Indian country. One example would be there's some stereotypes and things that are discussed. There's a poem specifically by Sherman Alexie, who quickly became my all-time favorite author from reading his poetry. There's one called How to Write the Great American Novel. It's very sarcastic but very funny, where he talks about stereotypes and things like that. And when learning about him, what really changed my life with writing and things like that is I was able to relate to some subjects that were presented by many different authors and backgrounds in other courses, but there was something very different and very comforting as a writer to know that there was another Native American writer who was able to be successful, but also that I could relate to them about alcoholism and things that I dealt with in my childhood, that I didn't really notice the themes or even like symbolism and things like that were going on at home when we would talk about our culture, traditions, and all sorts of things. And he would talk about the reservation. While I didn't grow up on the reservation or anything like that, there is a lot of talk in the Native community about reservations and about the life on the reservations. And it was really interesting because he did come from the reservation, and to see him go from living on a res to all the way up to being an award-winning author was very inspiring. So what I had really thought about was what would happen, or what would have happened if I had read more Native American literature at a young age. And I grew up in a community, which is Bennington, Oklahoma, that's highly populated with Native American students. We had Johnson O'Malley, who gave us free paper and pens. And I always wrote. I would write all the time from the minute that I could read. I loved reading, and I would escape from a lot of my childhood issues that were popular, like the dealing with the alcoholism, and there was drug abuse, in my environment and things like that. And I thought, what if I had been able to read things like that when I was younger? Would I have found my way faster through college and found better ways to cope at a younger age, instead of being really confused about everything and wondering why did we have the issues that we have? Because there's a couple things that I do want to show you. As far as the writing, and I was talking about the Native American literature, the expressive writing, and the journaling, those are things that I feel really attributed to my success in finding ways to cope with all the issues that I had in a positive manner. So this is what I would like to present, a course that could help with it, and it would involve expressive writing. The reason that this would be a benefit is because expressive writing is known to be a coping mechanism. It can be stress release, and there's a few things that are very going on right now in the Indian country to be concerned about. We do rank #2 in U.S. suicide rankings. We are right underneath the white demographic, And it's really scary because that's actually at a young age. So I feel like if we could present more information, Native American literature, we could help resolve a lot of these issues, since this is something that even psychology.com has said that it's a top therapy for post-traumatic stress, depression, irregular stresses, anxiety, and all the things that we can have, drug abuse and things like that. And it says that nearly 28% of Native teenagers in 2013 have abused illicit drugs within the past year. And that's above all other ethnicities. So when you look at the benefits of journaling, and they do recommend that this would need to be done at least 3 times a week, that journaling has positive effects and it allows someone to increase their gratitude. Gratitude is something that they consider a way that promotes wellness in life. So you can actually have a higher self-esteem, you can actually look at life better, just everything, kind of your overall health, mentally and emotionally, can rise from the journaling. It's one of the benefits. So that right here is a chart for a happiness increase. And it shows the months since the gratitude practice had started, and all the way up at 6, it's up by 10%. And I want to go back to the journaling benefits to show where it says that, basically life experience, situations, reflecting on the perspectives if you're introducing a new idea, and considering the perspective that may be different, and all of these are learned and help with interpersonal growth. So what I propose is that we have a writing course that involves Native American literature, that it is at least 3 times a week. It will help with coping, and according to happierhuman.com, and the slide that you said before, by 10% in 6 months. So what I want to do is tell you that this program can be done by not only the Native American Center, which they could have a course for it, but also the Choctaw Nation could provide this in community centers. It's been known to help for rehabilitation, incarcerated Native Americans could also benefit from it. Minimal resources, because pen and paper is not that expensive. Mainly having an instructor to guide students with writing prompts or feedback on the papers would be helpful. But this could be done at our Choctaw Nation Community Center. This could be done, like I said, it could be done online. I would think it would be better if it was face-to-face though. But it could be a course in the minor for Native American Studies. And there's a lot of different ways that we could deliver this. It could be 1 time a week, but no matter how it's put out there or delivered, I think that it needs to happen, because writing can really be a therapy and resolve many issues. So I want to empower fellow Native American students to provide a positive outlet and to do something right now. So provide our Native American students with the opportunity to write out our past and present experiences to secure a better future. Thank you.